If we do not know how to emotionally regulate, anything that happens in the external world around us will ignite an internal reaction within us. And equally, in terms of energetic creation, on a quantum physics level, whatever we feel on the inside creates the external world. So when we are not able to emotionally regulate, we are remaining in a victimhood state to a perpetuating cycle that will hinder our reality and experience in ways that we cannot even fathom. When we learn how to emotionally regulate what we're feeling inside, when we experience something unideal on the outside, we in turn hold the compass to our focused desired direction energetically so that the external world can continue to materialize in a way that we are focused on envisioning. This is not to say that nonsense does not happen. This is not to say that unideal times, places, circumstances, events can happen, intentionally intended to experience or not. It's that when they happen, we can emotionally regulate. That means we can breathe. We can use the tools that we've learned psychologically to zoom out, to step back, to divest from a experience that is attempting to ignite a reaction within us so that we uphold homeostasis and hold our true north course in the envisioned direction we want to be going. It all sounds like a bunch of words. There was a time and a place where I did not comprehend what I'm talking about today. There was a long chapter in my life where I was learning about this and I understood the concept, yet physically my biochemistry would blast off the charts when some nonsense on the outside would happen, throwing me all over the place energetically. It was exhausting. I remember talking to an outlet of my own where I was telling them, I'm like, you know, it's exhausting feeling X, Y, and Z because X, Y, and Z happened. It's exhausting when these things happen. And I know there's a different way to live and be and respond. Yet before I can even do that, I am reacting to the external things happening. I felt captive. And then in my progressive evolution, there were times where I'd be practicing these things, zooming out, divesting, knowing I don't have to respond in those emotional reactive ways, yet I would still react those ways because I was feeling so strongly about the things that were happening. Learning to distinguish the difference on, you know, feelings are important, feelings aren't facts. Defending yourself has a time and a place. Defending yourself in a reactive way has a different time and a place. Everything has a consequence. You may be in the perceived right to reactively defend yourself to an external experience, while at the same time there may be valid ways to respond to that outside force in a way that does not bring the same consequence that maybe reactively defending yourself does. It's like card games, you know, each card is different, holds a different value, holds a different trajectory of where it could go, splaying out in different roads of your universe. I remember the potent, pivotal time where I was aware I could act differently, respond differently to external forces that were unideal. I do pretty good at responding differently, and then one time I'd react in a way that I just couldn't get a hold of, and then I felt that captive feeling again, and it was so yucky. It was so just fucking yucky. And followed by that yuckiness was self-disappointment. I was disappointed in myself, like, dang it. I thought I had that one. Or I slipped again. Or why did I go back? And in that term of that spiral, it seems like you're going in circles, yet you're going in vertical circles. You're spiraling upwards. So your lesson is going to bring you back to the level you had just achieved there, but now it's a higher level. And it's the same situation, but a higher level, higher intensity, different boss, same concept, different boss. And observing myself now and how I'm able to respond to things that would have absolutely enraged former me in a way that I would not have been pleased at my responses is so encouraging and comforting. It brings up positive emotion for me. Because I have, by self-practice, liberated myself from my own entrapment that felt so impossible to get out of. But the proof is every single moment of every single day, of every single opportunity, and every single rep lifted in this world has paid off. Who I am today and how I emotionally respond to the external world with how I'm feeling inside is the example contrast of somebody who is bodybuilder status physique-wise as opposed to when they just started. Years in the making. It is possible. It is absolutely possible. With every drop in the bucket, every day on the calendar, every opportunity we experience of every 24-hour day, every single attempt to practice and practice and practice and practice self-regulating will pay off. You must continue to apply the practices. You must continue to self-study, to ask yourself, why am I feeling this way when that happens? Why am I feeling this way when they say that? Why am I responding and thinking and feeling this way when I do XYZ, or when they do XYZ, or if these things happen? Okay, I get really pissed off when this person calls me and says this and that. Why? Well, because of this, this, and this. Okay, yeah, but why? It's like when we're kids and we're always asking why. It's not to be annoying, it's to understand. And every single why takes us deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into further self-reflection, which allows us tools of information to further self-develop, which allows us further tools and insight to evolve into a better version of ourselves, an elevated version of ourselves, a version of ourselves that brings us into the reality we want to be living in. The cliche, if someone gave you $1 million today, what would you do with it? Most of us would blow it. These opportunities that life gives us in form of rage, frustration, impatience, intolerance, all these crazy experiences are opportunities that we can choose to take in different routes. I choose to take all opportunities for me in a way where I can self-develop and improve who I am, because I know that person in the future would handle $1 million a lot different. I know that person in the future would handle the relationships a lot different. I know that person in the future will guide and mentor and lead and support and encourage and feed me and drive me into a reality that will only get me farther than who I am today can get me. The versions of ourselves get us along the road the whole way. The version of myself I was years ago contributed to me being here today. That version of myself, those versions of myself, continually kept thinking, I know I can be better. I know I can do better. Gosh, I'm self-critical in ways because I know I can be better. If that version of me never thought that, me today could not exist. So it's not to say your future self is the only one that can do it. Your current selves in your current realities all contribute to you getting to the version of you that is continually evolving. We're not the same when we die, when we're old. It's continual evolution, continual self-development. It's not a, I'm going to get to this stage and I'm good. That's when the learning stops. That's when a teacher stops being a teacher, is when they stop being a student, when they stop self-questioning, when they stop learning from their students. Self-development is a humbling experience, and it's the most liberating. I'm grateful to be able to experience what I have, integrate it, learn it, because now I'm able to share and teach it, because I'm also still learning to share. Thus the cycle continues. Learn to self-regulate. Your life will be better. You will be better. Your life will be better. Your relationships will be better. Your finances will be better. Your material world, physical experience will be better. Your hormone balance will be better. Modern day reality expresses a lot of dissatisfaction in men, blaming a lot of men for the state of the world in terms of relationship status. I definitely support women, and I have to say, I personally feel women are not participating in their role of self-development to allow men to be healthy, supportive men for us. Women can complain all day long that men are this and that and that and are the women being the women that men can be the better man for? We're all responsible for what we're experiencing, because ultimately we're all responsible for our response to what we're experiencing. If we're experiencing low quality behaving men, are we being high quality women for those men to raise and elevate and be better men for? Probably not. Probably not. I see an entirely different ecosystem here in this state I'm living in compared to the one that I grew up in. And it is astounding to see the quality of women here and how they behave and how they don't emotionally regulate and how they don't hold themselves accountable, and they blame, act out, react. It's nauseating. And I am not surprised that the male population in this region is how it is, because of how women are leading by not leading in their own self-development. So the invitation, I speak directly for women, also extends to men, although I am a human woman, so I can speak in ways that comes from that lens, that perspective. Yes, this knowledge and content is applicable to both genders. I really stand at the podium holding the microphone talking to women that if we don't like what we're experiencing with men, it is up to us to elevate ourselves into being a better woman. Because naturally, as the amplifiers and attracting energy in the gendered species, we will attract better men when we become a better woman. Hate to break it to you, the homework is on us. I love you massive. I know you're capable of it. I know it's going to be challenging, and I still know it's worth it. Every single time, every single day, every single way, it's worth it.